Welcome to Psych with Sigmund, where we dive into the fascinating world of psychology and explore the complexities of the human mind. Today, we're going to talk about decision fatigue, a psychological concept that affects us all in our daily lives. So, what is decision fatigue? Simply put, it's the mental exhaustion that comes from making too many decisions. When we're faced with a multitude of choices, our brains can become overwhelmed, leading to a decline in our ability to make sound judgments. This concept was first introduced by social psychologist Roy Baumeister, who demonstrated that our self-control and decision-making abilities are limited resources that can be depleted over time. One key framework is the idea of cognitive load, which refers to the amount of mental effort required to complete a task. When we're faced with too many decisions, our cognitive load increases, leading to a decrease in our working memory and attention span. Another important concept is the notion of ego depletion, which suggests that our self-control and decision-making abilities are fueled by a limited resource that can be depleted over time. One classic study found that judges in Israel were more likely to grant parole to prisoners earlier in the day, when they were mentally fresh, than later in the day, when they were more fatigued. This study highlights how decision fatigue can affect even experienced decision-makers. Another study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that shoppers who were given a complex set of options were more likely to opt for the default choice, rather than taking the time to carefully consider their options. So, how can we apply our understanding of decision fatigue to our everyday lives? One practical strategy is to simplify our decisions by eliminating unnecessary options. For example, Steve Jobs was known for wearing the same outfit every day to reduce his cognitive load and conserve mental energy for more important decisions. Another approach is to take regular breaks and engage in activities that replenish our mental resources, such as exercise or meditation. In therapeutic settings, understanding decision fatigue can help clinicians develop more effective interventions for individuals struggling with anxiety, depression, or addiction. By recognizing the role of decision fatigue in these conditions, therapists can work with clients to develop strategies for managing their cognitive load and improving their decision-making abilities. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology found that individuals with depression who received training in decision-making skills showed significant improvements in their ability to make effective decisions. Additionally, decision fatigue has important implications for our daily lives, from making financial decisions to choosing what to eat for dinner. By being aware of the potential for decision fatigue, we can take steps to optimize our decision-making processes and avoid the pitfalls of impulsive or irrational choices. For example, a study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that consumers who were given a brief period of time to rest and recharge before making a purchase were more likely to make rational and informed decisions. In conclusion, decision fatigue is a psychological concept that has important implications for our daily lives. By understanding how our brains work when it comes to decision-making, we can take steps to mitigate the effects of decision fatigue and make better choices. As the psychologist Daniel Kahneman once said, the idea that people make rational decisions is a nice theory, but it's not a very good description of how people actually behave. By recognizing the limitations of our mental resources and taking steps to manage our cognitive load, we can become more effective decision makers and improve our overall well-being. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, may your ego find balance between pleasure and reality.